Hey everybody, it's Bridget over at Bree Book Reviews. Today I'm not going to be doing any kind of book related thing. Today I'm doing the 90s Kids Survey, which was created by Ingrid over at The Grid Monster. She's not a booktuber at all, she's actually a makeup artist, but I only saw hers after seeing Heather over at the Bookables do this exact survey, so I'm going to do it too. I will link both of their videos down below if you want to check those out. So if y'all didn't know before, I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 1988, so all of my childhood was in the 90s, even though I was born in late 80s. This video is probably going to be super long. I have a lot to say. I wrote some of it down because I have really horrible memory. Forgive me. Okay, I'm old. And I couldn't remember a lot of things up the top of my head, so I just kind of jotted them down so that I remember to say it to you guys. And so yeah, let's just get this started. Question number 1 is favorite TV shows. I'm going to look at my list so that I do not forget anything. So, 90s cartoons: Pepper Ann, Cat Dog, All Real Monsters, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Animaniacs, Pokemon, Tailspin, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Reboot, Voltron, DBZ, Tenchi Muyo, Beastmasters. As I got a little bit older, like early teen, I watched Saved by the Bell, Clarissa Explains It All. Does anybody remember TGI Fridays? Oh my gosh, TGI Fridays was like the highlight of my weekend. Like, when I got home on Friday, I knew that was going to be on, and I was only allowed to stay up late on the weekends, and that was one of the things I was allowed to stay up to watch, was all the TGI Friday shows. So you had, I think that one consisted of Full House, Family Matters, Dinosaurs, and I think at one point they included Boy Meets World, but I'm not sure about that one. But yeah. Lots and lots of Nickelodeon, Disney, and some Cartoon Network, but only after I started watching Toonami and stuff. Oh, Sailor Moon and Digimon. Everybody talks about how much they love Pokemon, and I love, still to this day love Pokemon. But anybody remember how awesome Digimon was? Come on, Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Now, I don't remember if that is a 90s show. That actually might be an early 2000s show, but I don't remember. I don't feel like looking it up. So yeah, those were my favorite shows. Question number 2, favorite toys. I had a lot of Gigapets, Tamagotchis, Sky Dancers was like a big thing for me. And then my brother had the boy version of Sky Dancers, which I think were called Dragonflies or something. Barbies. I was a girly girl. I had a lot of Barbies, actually. I had huge mansions with boxes and boxes of furniture and accessories to go in the houses, and so it would literally take me an entire day just to set up the house, and then I wouldn't actually get to play with the Barbies till the next day because I had so much stuff to put in the house. Question number 3, favorite commercials. I didn't have favorite commercials when I was little. I just remember a couple of them. Ingrid actually mentioned in hers, and I remembered after that, the Don't Wake Daddy board game commercial. Totally remember that. The board game was basically you were trying to get to the end. I think you were trying to get to the kitchen without waking up Daddy, and it was timed, and he would the piece was in the middle. It was like of a person. It was a sleeping man, and when the timer went off, he would sit up. And in the commercial, they made it real life, and it was like these kids trying to sneak into the kitchen, and then the dad would wake up, and I don't know why, but every time the dad would wake up in the commercial, I would jump holy crap, he's awake. I don't know. I was little. Yeah, bubble tape commercials. I even remember the saying, which was something like 6 feet of bubble gum, for you, not for them, or something like that. And Corn Pops. And that was one of my favorite cereals when I was little, and now that I think about it, it was pretty stale. Question number 4, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? I I listened to both pretty equally, but because I had two older sisters, I was influenced a lot by them, and they both, I think, really liked NSYNC better, and so I liked NSYNC better because of that. I also used to think I liked basketball and Michael Jordan, and I don't know why, because I don't know why. It was because my sister liked basketball. Yeah, I'm not even going to explain that one. Question number 5, weirdest fashion trend. For some reason, everyone wore lots and lots of glitter, like all over their bodies, especially girls on their chest right here, all over their face, in their hair. It was just like everywhere. I did do it too, but I only did it a lot in my hair, and that was it. I don't like it anywhere else. And then my mom used to get mad at me because she would say, "Why there's so much glitter in your hair?" Butterfly clips. I used to collect, and anybody who knows me personally knows I have an absolute phobia of butterflies, but for some reason, I loved these butterfly clips. And me and my sister used to collect as many as possible. So we used to collect all of these different ones in all different kinds of colors, and they were metal, and the wings moved because they were on springs. And I used to try and put as many in my hair at one time and wear it to school like that. So I would go to school with like 20 butterfly clips, and it just looked like a cluster of butterflies on my head. And I don't know why that didn't bother me when I was little, but it didn't, and I loved them. And I wanted to wear them every day, all of them. Question number 6, favorite collectible. Pokemon cards, Pokemon toys, Pokemon games, anything Pokemon, but mostly the cards. I actually used to hang out with these younger kids in my neighborhood when I was little, and I used to rip them off of their cards. Yeah, I know. I was a pretty mean kid. I used to take their cards. When they weren't looking, I'd be like, "Can I see your collection?" And we'd be flipping through the books, and I'd be like, "Oh, look at that over there. I want this card, and I want this card, and this card." Yeah, that was me. I was one of those kids. Actually, Pokemon cards got banned in my middle school because it was getting so popular. Our cafeteria was like the epicenter of Pokemon card trading. You would go in, and everybody in there would be like, "What do you got? What do you got? What do you want to trade?" It was like, one of those auctions, like, "Hey, going to 10, going to 20, going to 20, yeah, go." Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy there, so they had to completely ban Pokemon cards in my middle school. I also collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pogs, and anything Lisa Frank. I had a Lisa Frank backpack, I had Lisa Frank pencils, Lisa Frank notebooks, planners, erasers, anything Lisa Frank I had. Mostly liked the ones with ponies on it. Didn't really care for the polar bear ones. I didn't like the unicorn ones. It had to actually be horses. It was very specific. So yeah. Pogs was a big thing in my house. We used to carry them in the tubes, the long tubes, and my sister was so pissed. She eventually got this like really awesome slammer, and my family played Pogs for keeps. Like when you would play, if someone beat you, they got your Pogs. And I was so pissed because this slammer she had used to win every time, and my collection went from to like that in no time, and I was super upset and very sad. Card games was my big thing. I had Pokemon cards, I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I had Dragon Ball Z cards. I had another collection of cards, and I don't know if anybody remembers these. If you do, please leave a comment down below. But they were called Imagination cards, and similar to Pokemon, like these little creature cards. Question number 7. Favorite Beanie Baby. I didn't collect Beanie Babies at all. I was too busy collecting Pokemon to worry about Beanie Babies. Pokemon were my thing. Question number 8. How many Tamagotchis did you go through? I don't remember. I had way too many. Question number 9. Favorite game system and game. The N64. And my favorite game on there of all time, was Pokemon Snap. And second was Pokemon Stadium. I also did enjoy Mario Kart Racing as well, though. Number 10. Favorite Disney Channel original movie. Hands down, favorite Disney Channel movie was Xenon. Aside from that, I also liked Susie Q. One of my favorite shows was the Lizzie McGuire show, so I liked Cadet Kelly. I loved Even Stevens, so the Even Stevens movie was one of my favorites as well, and Smart House. Question 11, favorite music artists. I listened to the usual pop music, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Spice Girls. Question number 12, favorite Nick Jr. show. Favorite Nick Jr. show was probably Blue's Clues. I watched that show until I was too old to watch that show anymore. And then Gullah Gullah Island with the like giant frog thing. Yeah, loved that show. And does anybody remember the host for Nick Jr.? It was like Face. And it was just like a giant face on the screen. Regular Nick had the stick guy with the giant note with the big nose on his face. Nick Stick? I don't know. Snick. Was that Saturday Night Nick? Or was that like Snick at Night, I want to say is what it was called? Something like that. Question number 13, favorite candy. I only distinctly remember two, because bubble tape and the Spice Girl lollipops. I ate those all the time. All the time. Question number 14, favorite game, such as board games, school games. Probably the best school game ever, and I don't know if it's a game, parachute, the giant parachute that you would like lift up and then you would sit underneath it, or you would just like flap it, I don't know. Yeah, so that, and Foursquare, dodgeball, board games would have to be Mall Madness, Parcheesi. I played that a lot with my family when I was little. And then the game, I don't remember the name of this game, but it was like where you were a princess or wanted to become a princess, and in order to do so, you had to collect all the jewelry pieces. So you had to collect the necklace and the ring and the bracelet, and then you would eventually get the crown, and I don't remember what that's called, and if you guys remember what that was called, please tell me down below. Question number 15, favorite McDonald's Happy Meal toy. The collectible gold metal cards that came in the Pokemon balls that you could hold open, and I used to display those on my bookshelves when I was little. Yeah, I had all of them. Question number 16, favorite books. I didn't think I read that much when I was little. I was doing like research on like titles that I know I remember liking, and I think I read a lot more than I thought. I think I've mentioned in previous videos that I used to collect the Boxcar Children book series, so there was that one. I read a couple Animorphs. I read a lot of Bernstein Bear books when I was little. Harry Potter, of course. Miss Nelson is Missing by James Marshall. Love that book. I can't remember whether it's a book series or a standalone, but yeah, loved it. Any of the Adventures of the Bailey School Kids books, I devoured those things. I think I loved that book series more than I liked Boxcar Children. I think when it came to the Boxcar Children, I just liked the first one, and that was it, and didn't really like any after that. And then the last question, guys, it's almost over. What would you watch when you got home from school? I would have to say I watched Reading Rainbow after school. I watched Pepper Ann and Cat Dog after school. Wishbone. Loved Wishbone. The one about the Jack Russell who would read books and he would like be a character in the books. That was awesome. Can't think of any more. So that was it, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. If you did, if you remember any of the things I've talked about, or have any memorable books, TV shows, toys, or just things that you remember from the 90s that you like that I haven't mentioned, please comment down below. So this was really fun, and I actually remembered a lot more from my childhood than I thought I would. Sorry for the lighting, guys. It's getting late, and where I have this angled wasn't the best choice. So, yeah. That was it, guys. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.